to do. Okay, so over here on VAPI, I'm going to teach you how to set up a voice agent and show you just how valuable these can be to real life businesses and how you can charge them 2, 3, or 4,000 a month just to have this set up and running. So the first thing we need to come over to do is set up on VAPI. And this is where we're going to basically build a voice agent. You don't need to know how to code it. You just need to know how to type. If you can type, then you can build a voice agent. When you come over here to VAPI, come over here to where it says assistants. And over here on assistants, we're going to create a new assistant. And for this one, let's set up one over here for Golden Dragon, and it's going to be a Chinese restaurant. And as we are all aware, Chinese restaurants and all fast food restaurants are hammered with calls every single day. They're typically understaffed. And if you can set up a voice agent that can handle that full burden for them, handle calls, booking reservations, handle deliveries, etc., you've saved them not only just a massive amount of time, but you've saved them from having to onboard or employ more people. So if we can set up this voice agent, we can charge them what they would pay for maybe 2 or 3 staff, which could be 5,000-6,000 a month just for the staff. So if we can save them that amount of time by building this voice agent, then you can charge them a significant amount as well. So we're going to come over here for Golden Dragon Chinese, and as you can see, it brings us to a page like this where we need to configure this voice agent. Now down here in the provider is basically what LLM you're going to use to process what the person is saying. So when I hop on a call with a voice agent and I say, hello, how are you? It's going to go over to the LLM and it's going to decide what to say back. And this is essentially which one is going to decide how to speak. And typically the best one to use is OpenAI, and that's just for now, but that's typically the best one to use. Now up here you can see we have a latency bar, and this is telling us how slow the AI is responding. When you get on a call with an AI, it has to process what you're saying and then generate a response back. That time in between that is called latency. Now, if your latency is too high, then you might say, hello, how are you? And you could be waiting a few seconds, and then the AI would respond, and it would make the conversation feel extremely unnatural. So the goal here is to get a latency which is under 1,200 milliseconds. That's just kind of the number to have a conversation which is kind of noticeable that it's AI, but it's good enough to keep the conversation flowing. Now the thing about latency is, down here when we are selecting a model, which is OpenAI, you can see we have a bunch of models here, and some of them have higher latency, some of them have lower latency. Like this one has 390 and the one below it has 600 milliseconds. So obviously this one with 390 is a lot quicker and cheaper, but the one down here is obviously a lot smarter. Now that's a kind of something that we have to weigh out to determine which one should we use. Now if it's for a simple operation like ordering Chinese, we can use a very quick one that doesn't really need to be that smart because there's not much that it's doing. It's kind of following the same structure on every call, where you take the call, get what the user wants, and basically order it for them. So for us, we're going to use GPT-4 Mini, but you can see there's a range of other models here that you can use. If you need a smarter model, maybe if you're I don't know, in the financial sector, or if you're in healthcare, you might need one that's a little bit more smarter. But for us, GPT-4 Mini Cluster is completely fine. So I'm going to publish that, and we are going to press skip and publish. And now you can see we're down to 840. So that's pretty quick, but what it's really going to be is when we put it on a phone number. So we're going to select Twilio up here, and you can see it's still at 1,340 millisecond. This web one is for if we were to call it on a website or something like that, but for a Chinese restaurant, they're going to be calling it on a phone number, which you will buy through Twilio. So this is the one that we were really worried about. So it's still at 1,340, but we'll work on that through this video. So the next thing we need to do is select assistant to speak first, and we're going to put down the message here. Hello, this is Golden Dragon Restaurant. This is Golden Dragon Restaurant. How can I help you today? That's the first message that's going to be spoken. Now over here is where we are going to put the system prompt to give it the instructions on who it is, how to handle the calls, and what to do when a user says certain things. So for us, I'm going to create just a demo one over here on Claude. And I'm going to have Claude create a prompt for this voice agent and give it a menu and all of this stuff. So I'm going to say you are a experienced prompt engineer creating a voice a voice system prompt for VAPI, which is going to handle calls for Golden Dragon Chinese in London. It's a Chinese restaurant and it sells all types of fast food. Create a mock menu and bulletproof prompt to handle the calls for this agent, and make a mock menu. Also, we will give it access to tools to correctly store users' orders. This will be their order and their order type, which can be delivery or collection. The menu in the prompt should have details like spice levels and pricing. Now, Claude is going to create a mock prompt for us because we're just creating it as a demo. But if you were building this for a client, obviously you would get all of these details off them, like their menu, their delivery types, how much they charge for delivery, and you would get basically all this information off them so you could build this prompt for them. Okay, so you can see Claude finished up with the prompt over here, and you can see it's Golden Dragon Chinese Restaurant Voice Assistant Prompt, and it says you are a voice ordering assistant for Golden Dragon Chinese Restaurant in London. You are friendly, efficient and professional, speak naturally with a warm British tone, keep responses concise. This is a phone conversation, not a chat. Avoid long lists unless specifically requested. Primary objectives: take accurate food orders with all necessary details, confirm delivery or collection, capture customer contact information, provide accurate menu information including prices and spice levels, and store complete orders using the provided tools. Now, the conversation flow, we give it basically just how to greet people. The order taking process, which is to establish order, take menu items, clarify details, confirm quantities, calculate total, collect customer info, repeat order, and provide estimate time of arrival. Then for handling questions, menu orders, describe. So it basically writ out a full good prompt for us. Gives it the menu so it knows how to answer all of the questions. We have some always do's, which is confirm spice levels, never do, which is take payment over the phone, handling edge cases. So this seems to be a decent prompt. Now over here we have tool usage, which we haven't put in yet, what we're going to do later in this video. When order is confirmed, use the store order tool with delivery information. Okay, we might get rid of this because we will just use Google Sheets and some example interactions. Okay, this is fine. So I'm going to copy this, bring it over and drop it in here. And this is 90% done. So the prompt is already in and it's 90% done. Now we're going to come back to this prompt. We're going to publish this first so it saves. Okay, so we're going to publish this. Now we're going to come back to this prompt. But firstly, we're going to scroll down here a little bit down to where it says all of here. So we can keep this the same. We don't need files. We don't need to change tokens or temperature. We're going to come down here to the voice configuration. This is essentially the voice that the assistant is going to use when speaking to people that are calling it. So we can come over here, we have VAPI, we can use 11 labs. 11 labs is probably the most range, or has probably the most amount of voices, which are good. VAPI also some good voices, which are realistic, but some of them, other than the American ones, aren't so good. But we'll use VAPI for this demo because it seems to have the most realistic type of talking and tone when it talks. And for us, we're going to use a British one because it's a British restaurant, so we're going to look for Asian, Canadian. We might actually have to use 11 labs, so I'm going to come over here to 11 labs and I'm going to use a British. So we can use this one, Jude, which is conversational British. You don't want to use a podcaster because the voice sounds a little too good to the point where it sounds fake. So let's use Emily. Let's use Emily. So I'm going to publish this. Okay, now this should have Emily's voice. Now the model we want to use for the voice, I'm just going to use the fastest one, which is 11 flash 2.5, and we can publish that now. Skip and publish. And then down here for the transcriber, which is kind of the last thing that we're going to do, is we are going to use Deepgram and we're going to use Nova 3, which again is another quick one. Don't ask me why. This transcriber is basically the model that's going to take in what the user is saying and turn it into text. So if we come up here now, you can see our time is 1165, so it's under 1200 milliseconds, which is good for a caller, and it's what you probably need to use if you're building this for a client. And that's kind of all we need to do for now. All of these can kind of stay the same. We don't need to kind of change any of this. Now in a second we're going to add a tool, but up here let's give this a chat and see how it reacts to us calling it.
Hello, this is Golden Dragon Restaurant. How can I help you today?
Okay, so you just called it there and you could hear that voice was definitely something that we don't want to use. Sounds extremely unrealistic. So let's come down here to 11 Labs and let's change that voice to something a little more realistic. Let's type in UK. We just want something that sounds more realistic. So let's try this, Jude. We can publish this and give it a call again.
Hello, this is Golden Dragon Restaurant. How can I help you today?
Okay, this one seems fine, so let's use this. Hi Jude, can I make an order?
Of course, Jude. Will this be for delivery or collection?
It's going to be for collection.
Great. What would you like to order today?
I would like to order maybe just some spring rolls and fried rice.
Sure, just to confirm, how many spring rolls would you like? They come in portions of 4. And would you like egg fried rice or special fried rice?
I would like just one portion of spring rolls and special fried rice.
Got it. That's 1 portion of spring rolls for 4.50 and 1 special fried rice for 4.50. Your total so far is £9 £. Is that correct? Would you like anything else?
No, that's it.
Perfect. So that's 1 portion of spring rolls at 4.50 and 1 special fried rice at 4.50, bringing your total to £9 . Your order will be ready in about 1520 minutes. Is there anything else I can assist you with today?
No.
Wonderful. Your order will be ready in about 1520 minutes. Thank you for choosing Golden Dragon, Jude. Have a great day.
Okay, so a couple of issues with that call. Firstly, the way it's saying numbers like 4.5 rather than just put £4.50, and also the way it said the time, which is 1520. I don't know why it said it like that, but we need to fix it. So there's 2 main issues, and the third one being we also need to store whatever this person orders into the backend database. So firstly, let's come over here and fix the issue of how it speaks. So I'm going to come over here and give this VAPI another prompt saying the way it pronounces prices must sound natural, and also the way it accumulates the end price must sound natural and human. Please fix this and also let all users know that they can pay cash or card on arrival for collection, or if the order is delivery, they can pay cash on delivery. Okay, so after we prompted that, it should add it in now. There's just one more thing that I want to add in where we need to collect the user's name, number, and address when they are requesting delivery. Okay, so that should fix the issue of how it pronounces the pricing and also how it requests the information when somebody wants delivery. When all of that is fixed, then we're going to add the tool. Okay, so it has added both of them to the prompt. So I'm going to copy this prompt again, bring it over, and we're going to replace this one with the new prompt, and we can publish this. Okay, so now this prompt is updated. Now the next thing we want to do is add a tool, and that's going to store whatever this person orders and their address in the backend database so the restaurant knows about it. So to do that, we're going to come over here to where it says tools, and I'm going to create a new tool. But before that, let's come over here to where it says integrations, and I'm going to scroll down to use the Google Sheets tool. So I'm going to scroll down all the way down here somewhere at the bottom. You can see we have Google Sheets. I've already connected, but if you haven't connected, then you can just press connect and it will bring you to a sign in screen like this, in which you can sign into your Google Sheets account. After you've done that, you've signed into your Google Sheets, then you can come up here to where it says tools again, and we're going to create a new tool, and this time it's going to be a Google Sheets tool. This tool name is going to be order confirmation, and we are going to use this tool whenever the caller has confirmed their order and we have all the necessary info to place their food order. Okay, so now that's what we're going to give the description to this tool. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to give it a spreadsheet ID and a range for the spreadsheet. So we need to come over here to Google Sheets now, set up a brand new blank sheet, and this is going to be orders for Golden Dragon. Let's say orders for Golden Dragon, and we're going to give it some headers up here. So the first thing is going to be person's name. We'll do number, address, name, number, address, name, number, address, order, and price. So that should be everything we should need to store. Let's turn this into a table. So let's get all of this, come up here, press format, and convert this to a table so it makes it a little neater for us. We can X off this. Now we need to get this spreadsheet ID, and to get this spreadsheet ID, we're gonna come up here to the spreadsheet up here, and you can see we have this ID all the way here. So over to where it says E, I'm gonna copy this. So I'm gonna copy this, bring it back over to VAPI, and I'm going to drop it in here. Okay, and over here for the range of our sheet, we need to put in the sheet name. As you can see in the example here, the sheet name and the range that we want to use. So if I come over here to the Google Sheet that we just made, you can see we are using the ranges A, B, C, D, and E. So we're using ranges A to E, and our sheet name is sheet number 1 down here. So over here on VAPI, we're going to type just that in. I'm going to put in sheet 1 and then a question mark, and we're going to use A to E, and then I can save this. And now this tool is ready. So if we come back over to our Golden Dragon Assistant, and I come in here to where it says tools, I can select this order confirmation tool. And now whenever somebody makes an order, it should post it over here on the Google Sheets. So this restaurant owner is able to view this order and see what people are ordering in real time. Now, if we come back over here, we publish that, we can now talk to this assistant and see if it correctly does it. So let's firstly actually over here, because we've given it access to the tool, which is, if we scroll down here, the tool's name is order-confirmation. I'm going to come up here and just somewhere in this, I'm going to say store complete orders using the provided tool, and I'm going to give this tool name is order-confirmation. Okay, so now it knows what the actual tool name is, so it just gives it a little bit more info to help it make the correct decision. So let's publish this. Okay, so one last thing that we need to do before we actually run this test. Now that we've given it access to the tool and we have this table over here on Google Sheets, I'm just going to take a quick screenshot of this. I'm going to come over to I'll come over to Claude, which created the prompt, and I'm going to tell it this is the table and you must create JSON for the prompt so it knows how to add orders to this table. Then when we send that off, it will come back with a response like this, in which it says the tool now sends the data in this format, which is perfect because it now knows exactly what's in our Google Sheets, which is name, number, address, order, and price. And it has given it key points, the fields, exactly how to use it, and it has outputted a new prompt in which you can see it gives the JSON exactly how Google Sheets expects it. So if we come back over here now and we give this a call, we should be able to add a new order to this table.
Hello, this is Golden Dragon Restaurant. How can I help you today?
Hi, can I make an order for delivery?
Of course, what would you like to order for delivery?
I want to order spring rolls and special fried rice, and that's it.
Great choice. That's one portion of spring rolls at 4.50 and one special fried rice at 4.50. That brings your total to 9 altogether. Do you have a spice level preference for the spring rolls?
No.
They are mild. Would you like anything else?
No spice level and nothing else.
Perfect. So that's one portion of spring rolls and one special fried rice, total 9. Can I get your name, please?
My name is Tom.
Thank you, Tom. And what's the best contact number for you?
Contact number is 123 45698.
It looks like there might be a mistake with that number. Can you please provide a valid contact number? It should have 11 digits.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I lied. My actual number is 083 314 5989.
No problem, Tom. Thanks for that. Now, could you please provide the delivery address, including the postcode?
Yeah, it is 123 Main Street in London Main Road, and the air code is W91T955.
Just to confirm, that's 123 Main Street, London, Main Road, postcode W91T95. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, to confirm your order, that's one portion of spring rolls, mild, and one special fried rice with a total of 9. It's for delivery to 123 Main Street, London, postcode W91295. Is everything correct?
No, the postcode is actually W91T955.
Thank you for clarifying. So the correct postcode is W91T955. Let me confirm. Your order is one spring roll and one special fried rice for delivery to 123 Main Street, London. Postcode W91T955 with a total of £9. Is that correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Your order will be delivered to 123.
Okay, so we've seen it just confirmed the order, and if we come back over here now, you can see it's added Tom, his number, his address, which you can see here, has the air code, one spring rolls mild, one special fried rice, and the amount of his order. So within a couple of minutes, we've built a full voice agent that can actually work for a Chinese restaurant or any sort of restaurant. Obviously, if you were building this for production and it was going to be used by actual people, then you would spend a lot more time refining that prompt. But this video was just to show you exactly how quick you can set these things up. And this voice agent that we've set up in under 30 minutes could provide thousands and thousands of value to any sort of restaurant, as they would not have to employ a new staff member, which could cost them 3,000 to 4,000 each month. So just wanted to show you quickly how we did that. If you want to start your own AI automation agency, click the first link in the bio, in which I show you exactly how to build your own agency.